I was always a tomboy as a kid, but there was always something they thought, oh, she'll grow out of it, and like I never did. Hi, I'm Jordan. It was sort of a big realization to start with, and then it was like something that over time, as I got used to it and thought about it more, I went, oh, this has always been a thing, and I've just been like pushing it down and denying it. I thought it was more so not a normal thing at the time. Well, not even at the time, like when I was pushing it down through like the first 3/4 of high school, it was like something that I didn't think was normal, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, no, this is not okay. And then like, I had my best friend who came out as bisexual, and I was like, oh, okay, this is more of a normal thing. I realized that I liked chicks because I went over to my best friend's house one day and her other best friend was there, and I was like, oh fuck, she's cute. And then I like had that like, you know, panic attack, freaking out. I was like, what the heck? So then, like, I think about like 2 weeks later, I told my best friend, and she was just kind of like, didn't know what to do either. She was like, okay. I sort of started off as bi because I was still kind of into guys at that stage, but by the end of year 11, it was like, nah, just girls. I think it was evident, like, when I look back into past memories from like about year 5, year 6 onward, that those feelings were there. They were just being suppressed by me. Well, that's an interesting one because I didn't actually tell any of them in person. I actually was on my way to soccer training when I decided to tell mum and dad. I wrote like a little like letter thing explaining everything, and they were like, yeah, that's cool. That's sort of like the basis of what mum said. And dad was like, oh, you think we didn't know? And I was like, yeah, I did think you didn't know, but okay. Like that was how they reacted, so they were cool with it. But like I have had some on and off like issues with mum about it. Me and dad don't really talk about it because dad just like leaves me alone. He's like, you do you. I haven't actually personally told my extended family, but I'm pretty sure 99% of them know because like I'm pretty sure mum's told them. So I know definitely that one of my sets of auntie and uncles knows on mum's side and that they're fine with it. Not sure about my nan and pop on mum's side. I think they know, I'm not too sure. With the other auntie and uncle set on that side, I don't know if they know either, but they're the side I'd be like most hesitant to tell because I feel like they have that more traditional conservative view. And like if out of anyone on mum's side, if I was gonna get a bad reaction, it'd more than likely come from them. More so just that set of auntie and uncle, who I would think is a bit more traditional. I just feel like they come from that generation that's more of an old school traditional man and woman kind of view, and I feel like they're sort of more set in their way of that as the normal. That was the only picture that was painted back when they were growing up, I guess, and anything like LGBT community wasn't really spoken about, or when spoken about was spoken about in a negative way. People like that were seen as outcasts or weird or something like that, which is why I feel like it's just passed down from like great-grandparents to grandparents to parents. But now like society's, I guess, opening up to that view of the world, and that actually we don't have to have one set way of everything. I'm worried about how they're gonna deal with it, but at the end of the day, it's gonna come out eventually. Would they all already know or not? I'm not too sure. I definitely feel like I'm less myself, or less the full extent of myself around my family, because it's like they still have certain views, especially like mum. Mum would definitely like me to be way more feminine than I am, and she's like, her thing is she just thinks the pin's gonna drop one day, and I know it's not, dad knows it's not, but yeah. I feel like as well, especially when it's something like a more formal event, like going out for dinner or something, it's going to be an argument with mum what I wear, I would obviously rather wear something more masculine, but if the occasion calls for a dress, that's basically what she's gonna make me wear pretty well. I know there's something else that I'd rather be wearing. Like, everyone else might not be as happy with it, but it would make me more happy. Like, and more so, I've been less of a person to comply now that I've moved out of home, and I've been more myself. I've been like, no, fuck your views, I'm doing me. I definitely feel that shift of like, especially in obviously my household where everyone is LGBT, like, we're definitely more accepting of whatever each other or anyone else is feeling. We're like, if someone has a bit of a change or something, we're just like, yeah, that's cool. Well, I feel like at home with parents, it's like more of they're gonna take a lot longer to adapt, because it's not like, I guess, how they've been raised and what they've been brought up with. And I definitely feel like a lot more freedom in like living with friends, and a lot more freedom of expression as well. I feel like if it's safe for you to do so, I feel like it's always going to be best for you to express who you are, because I know how like feeling compressed feels, and it's not nice, and I've felt so much better since being out of home. But then again, like I say, I still do revert a bit when I'm back around the family, because I don't think they're ready to see the full extent of my personality, just because of those like more traditional views. I think like being yourself is always the best option if like